Dwan Dandridge. What do I say about Dwan? Dwan has been an incredible vice president for Life Remodeled for the last 3 years, and I'm proud that we're close friends. I remember when Dwan first joined our team, he joined to lead our 6-day project. And we ended up hiring him right after everything started to blow up in the Durfee Central community. Why? Because Life Remodeled had just made a huge mistake. We had acquired this building for $1 a year for 50 years, but we weren't able to talk about the details of the deal until it was signed. We were able to communicate with the community our plan to renovate the building and repurpose it, and everything was going really smoothly in community engagement until the news broke that we'd acquired the building, let alone for $1 a year. And instantly, we had lost trust. Bridges of relationships that had been built had burned to the ground, and I was caught off guard because I didn't think this was going to be an issue. But when Dwan joined our team and quickly learned what had happened, he instantly realized this was going to be a serious problem. And so it's hard enough to build trust in this world, but to build trust after it's been broken is sometimes almost impossible. Here we are more than 3 years later, and the Durfee Innovation Society is running incredibly smoothly. We filled this building with over 35 tenants. We're impacting the community in areas of jobs, education, human services, and we have really strong relationships of trust with community leaders, with students, but none of that would have been possible without Dwan Dandridge. Dwan is a bridge builder. Now, there's also a quality about Dwan. I like to say it like this. He's the kind of guy that can look you in the eye and tell you to go to hell in a way that you just might get excited about the journey. Now, I don't mean that literally. Dwan would never say that to anybody, but Dwan has the ability to say very difficult things to people in a way that people want to listen, and I myself am one of those people. I remember when we were interviewing Dwan for the position he originally joined our team on, and he talked about how he was excited to help us discover some of our blind spots as an organization. And at the time, I'm thinking, how does this guy know we have blind spots? He doesn't even really know our organization. But now I'm thinking, I want to know all of them right here, right now. And Dwan has helped me personally grow in my understanding of being anti-racist as an individual, and he's helped our organization grow leaps and bounds. The organization that Dwan has started, Black Leaders Detroit, is something that Detroit will benefit significantly from because funding is not distributed equitably. And I've learned that through Dwan and through many others in the city of Detroit and around our country. And so we couldn't be more proud of who he is, the leader that he has become, the organization that he's founded. We're 110% behind him, behind Black Leaders Detroit. And I'm thankful to say Dwan's not leaving Life Remodeled completely. He's actually transitioned to our board of directors, and we are so grateful to continue to have his leadership, his insight, his personality, his charisma, a part of who Life Remodeled not only was and is, but who Life Remodeled will become in the future.
It's with a combination of joy, excitement, and sadness that I announced that I'm going to be leaving my post here as Vice President of Projects and Community Engagement at Life Remodeled. Over the past 4 years, I've had the pleasure of working with some amazing team members, from my dedicated coworkers, our faithful volunteers, or the dynamic community members. It's been a true joy, and I've had a ball. We've overcome many challenges, and I'm extremely proud of all that we've been able to accomplish together. Many of you have heard Chris talk about the things that he's learned from me about working in Detroit. Well, I've learned a lot during my tenure here. And I can say a lot about Chris and his leadership style, but what I'd like to share is what his response was when I told him it was time for me to start a new chapter. Sat across from him and I just simply said, looked at him and said, it's time. His response was, praise God. I obviously don't want to see you go, but I definitely want to see you answer the call that God has for you. This is how a friend would respond. Since the first time I shared the vision of Black Leaders Detroit with Chris, he immediately started to look for opportunities to assist. If it was donating to the cause, making introductions to good partners, he's been a true asset and a friend along the way. He's consistently looked for ways to be supportive, knowing that the success of Black Leaders Detroit would eventually lead to me departing from Life Remodeled. That definitely goes against what I would have expected from a white man in a leadership role to respond. This has truly been a hell of a ride. And I hope that I've been able to help Life Remodeled with some of its blind spots. Because Life Remodeled has definitely helped me with some of mine.